Welcome, this is the Modern Geek Podcast, coming at you live. Please subscribe through YouTube or Twitch. Hope you enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, this is the Modern Geek, also known as Vamp Mario, coming at you with some more unboxing videos. We are awesomely excited because it is time to do our first Amiibo unboxing. So I apologize that it's very, very late. I'm just getting my stuff. I was able to pick up a few Amiibo figures during this midnight release of Smash Brothers for Wii U. So I will give you guys a quick rundown of what we're talking about, and we'll do a few unboxings. So I got 3 to start. I'll be definitely getting more of these. I think between these and Infinity, I will have a room full of very small toys because they're going to be awesome, and we're going to talk more about them. I'm really, really looking forward. I mean, Disney and Marvel are things that I've grown up with and loved. I mean, oh, come on, Nintendo is... I'm a child of the 80s. Nintendo is it. I mean, everything in Nintendo is crazy, and I love every one of the characters, and I've been with them since I was a kid. You know, I love Mickey Mouse, I love Donald Duck, and I love Mario. They're all on that same par, and they've been in my life since I can remember. So, pretty awesome. Pretty cool. So, to sum up Amiibos in a very quick way, so we are all familiar with the guys that came here first. Well, newer guy that came here first, but Skylanders, which were the first game to take basically physical toys that we put on something that we then play with in the virtual world. Other games had tried it before, and there were different things. I mean, even Nintendo themselves had a robot that helped you on adventures and that kind of stuff. But never, you know, the technology wasn't there at the time, and different things, and not in the same way. So they were the first there, and then obviously our next entry into that was our folks at Disney with Disney Infinity, and this is one of the newer Infinity figures. Obviously the new set focused on Marvel first. Now we have our Disney original characters that just came out. So you know, again, unlike Skylanders, using again very established characters that we all knew and we all were aware of, and again, same idea, we put the character on a base and we become that character. Really the distinction between those two was the type of game it was, and obviously the emphasis in Disney Infinity was that you were playing with a toy version of the character, which is why they could all be together and all these different franchises can be together and all that stuff, whereas Skylanders was purely an adventure game with characters that were predetermined, the characters that were made from the Spyro universe. So for all of us old gamers out there, when Spyro was actually in his own game and it was just Spyro's Adventures, that's what Skylanders is based off of, you know, that world and characters from that game. So now our third idea into that realm is now Amiibos with Nintendo. So Nintendo is taking their first step into that genre or that type of game. But unlike our Skylander and Disney Infinity folks, it's again a very different take on it. So in the Skylander and Disney Infinity models, you need the toys to play the game. So if you don't have any of the toys, you can't play the game. Because that is your character in that game. What Nintendo did that's a little bit different is that they are making their regular game that you can play and do what you want with, but then they're making these other things that you sort of use in conjunction with the game, or to add to the game, or to bring additional experience to the game. So what's really interesting about Nintendo's version is that you don't have to buy these figures and you can still play Smash Brothers. There is no indication at this point, and then we may be wrong as we play Smash Brothers, maybe there's an achievement or things you need with them, but as of right now, there is nothing that they have said that says that you can't do something in the game without having, you know, if you don't buy one of these figures. So what's really cool about the figures is that they're really for adding other elements and game modes and play to the game that you're going to buy already. So very, very different than our Disney Infinity and Skylanders kind of guys. And what's interesting about the Amiibo figures is they can be multi-purposed and used. So one basic use of them in Smash Brothers, which Smash Brothers is the first official title to support the Amiibo figures completely. So meaning in Smash, they have complete things they can do. But then if we look at some of the other games that are going to support them, there are a variety of differences in how they are going to support them and what they'll be and what they'll do, or how they'll add to that game. So in Smash, they can do basically three things. They can either be the character you play, so you literally just put the figure on, so strictly like the other models, I put this character on, I play as this character. And what's cool about that is, similar to Disney Infinity, similar to Skylanders, you can customize these figures in some way. So in the world of Smash Brothers, you can customize them with custom move sets, with different abilities and different attributes to make for stronger or more defense or more this or more that, and things of that nature. So that's use number one. Number two, they can be your ally. So let's say you want to just play Smash Brothers, but you want to have a teammate. Well, your Amiibo figure can be your teammate. So the customized character you've been working on, you can have that partner up with you and fight your friend or friends or whoever. And then last but not least, which is kind of crazy because it's sort of like a Pokemon feel, you can just have the two of them battle each other. So if my friend has his Amiibo figure and I have my Amiibo figure, we can just put them on there and watch them fight. So almost like they're their own entities or creatures. So very, very intriguing and different than the Disney Infinity and Skylanders that we're kind of used to. It's a very different take on this idea. And then obviously, the last but not least, they can just be collectibles. And I think what's interesting about Nintendo is they're the first. Disney Infinity kind of branded themselves this way. They did it more when the Marvel figures came out. But from the get-go, Nintendo really has, and we'll see in a minute, they really have put an emphasis on the collecting part. You know, they want people to collect these. They're going to stock them in ways that are collectible. They already have exclusives lined up, and we'll talk a little bit more about them. So very, very different. So the three figures that I got was Mr. Link. So I went with the very core basics. Pikachu. I love this. And then Mario. So you can tell I'm an old Nintendo guy because I didn't leave anybody hanging. I picked a pretty good core group of Nintendo franchises that we all love and we all have bought 1,000 times over. Now, if this is crazy to believe, there are over 40 fighters in Smash. Oops, sorry. Just give me a little water. All 40 of those characters will have, I believe, figures to play with. So, that's a lot of toys. And of course, these toys will also be usable in two other games. So far, like I said, Smash is the official game that supports, I believe, all of the figures that are coming out. And then Hyrule Warriors and Mario Kart 8 are two other titles currently out that are going to have Amiibo support. And in those titles, we may see a little bit of a variation of how they're going to be used. And then future titles to come out will also have Amiibo support. So very, very interesting. Very, very unique. So let's get into some unboxing. And I hope that was a good primer for you guys. If you have questions, please leave comments on this video. I'll try to answer as many as I can, and obviously through our live stream gameplay of the figures, which we'll try to play around with, we'll try to answer some more of those questions. All right, so I think, who I want to start with? I think I'm going to start with Pikachu. Plika, plika. So, I was going to say, I will have, somehow I will try to get gameplay of the new Pokemon game that's coming out, which I also picked up because it launched today. I love that everything launched on the same day. Thank you, Nintendo. You know, lots of figures, a Smash Brothers game, and Pokemon. Ruby and Omega. Omega Ruby and Sapphire. Ruby and Sapphire. Blech. I almost went into Power Ranger mode. Cool. So with further ado, let's unbox Pikachu and we'll unbox the other two. So this is the Amiibo package. I really like the package. So what's really cool is that they've all kind of taken this stance, but I like the minimalistic packaging. So I think Skylanders has gotten there now. So you know, I'll give it a juxtaposition. But you know, Skylanders has gotten to that simple packaging also. And Disney Infinity has always been that way. But I like the simple packaging, and it's really easy because what's really cool about the packaging is you can, similar to the Skylanders, you can see the whole figure. So it's easy for you to see and to appreciate the figure that's in there, which is awesome. And then, you know, just a nice simple graphic, and, you know, and obviously, I'm going to just go from the top. This is Pikachu. And it looks like for the Amiibos, it's going to always tell you the title of the game that it supports. I bought this at GameStop. GameStop's, you know, being good. They're charging the same price everybody else is. Then we have that nice Nintendo brand. And then Amiibos, which our new DSs are going to have the same color scheme in the buttons. Very cool. And let's take a look at the back of the box. So, Amiibos. And kind of what I was talking about before, the idea that you know, they're giving you all of the different uses there, and how collect, customize, you know, those two things are very apparent. And if you guys don't know, so another unique thing, and this is a very Nintendo thing, because Nintendo has always done this, where they've built other functionality into their peripherals, and then like 2 years later you figure out, oh, the reason they built this thing in there is because they're going to make Amiibos. So very much like a very good show on television, they keep lots of secrets at Nintendo with their technology. And of course it's very gimmicky, which is always Nintendo. You know, they're very big on peripherals for usage and all that kind of stuff. So our controller that came with our Wii U's has a little sensor. They've actually used this sensor in one other game. It was with Pokemon, one of the Pokemon games. They sold, again, additional kind of little figures that you can put and use them to fight with. So I actually think that that was like their prototype test for what they're about to roll out. So yeah, so it's actually built into the controller. It will also be built into the new 3DS as well. So the new 3DS screen will have the NFC reader in it as well. And just put your figure on there and it's ready to go. And then a little blurb on the bottom. Now, what's amazing to me is that level up to 50. I did not realize that you can level these up to 50. That is a lot. I mean, obviously haven't played yet, don't know what taking one to one level would mean. But 50 just sounds really big. And then, of course, battle with Amiibos in Super Smash Brothers for Wii U. And you'll notice it says here, oh, and I'll show it again, as friends or foe, Amiibos join the battle. So another thing, I didn't really say this. Let's get a shot of that really quick. So they can be your ally. You can also, and this is something I left out, you can fight your Amiibo. So your Amiibo can actually just be your opponent, which is kind of cool. So you can fight your own custom character. So again, there's a lot of subtleties to the Amiibos that are really, really crazy. So, you know, you could like create your own amiibo into a boss battle, which is kind of crazy. And then again, we got the amiibo logo. We got a little shot of Pikachu being Pikachu. And then a little website for where to find out more about amiibos. And there you go. All right. So I think that was a good shot of back of the box. Without further ado, I think it's time to unbox this sucker. So we should rip that open. Now, what is interesting, because I always seem to do this very well. So, interesting. So that came out ridiculously easy. And this is the first time I didn't have any kind of little card or thing that I want to do. Oh, wow. Okay, so that just like slid out, no problem. So one of the things I noticed, and this could be, I don't know if this is a security thing, but I noticed there's a little piece of metal there. Now, no other figure I've unboxed had that, and I think I have a theory as to what or why that's there. I think you have to take these out of the box. I'm going to look online, but I really think you have to take them out of the box. I don't think so. What I think a lot of us are used to, and I have an example, like I play with this Skylander in its box because I didn't want to take it out because it's a limited edition Skylander. I don't think you can do that because they specifically put a piece of metal right where the sensor of the character is. So I don't think you can even play with it in the box. Interesting. We'll figure it out. We'll find out. So one of the things I'm noticing, and this is something that was brought up. All right. So I'm going to be better at holding this, but there we go. So this is our first unboxed amiibo, Mr. Pikachu. I am Pikachu. Pikachu. So the first thing I notice, and I will say that my video, I hope it's doing it justice. And of course I picked the yellow one when I have a bunch of like yellow light, which is terrible. So I don't know if this is doing it justice, but they are awesome. The paint is exquisite. They did a really awesome job. I mean, if you look at the stripes on them, like it's just perfectly detailed. It's perfectly sculpted. I mean, they even got, what I love about Pikachu is, for anyone that is a huge Pokemon fan, they even got his tilted ear. Like, it's perfect. It's dead on. It's the character. Like, they did not screw around. They know that you know what this character looks like. So, another really cool thing and different thing about the Amiibos is that they're using the actual character. So, you know, Disney, and I understand why they did what they did, excuse me. I'm going to put Pikachu down for a minute. They did it because Disney couldn't have Mickey walking around with a gun if he looked completely like Mickey. So that idea that their toys is this nice way of like, it's not Mickey that has a gun. It's this toy version of Mickey. Like if you took your toy and put a gun in Mickey's hand, that's why he has a gun. So it was this line they had to walk because they didn't want their characters to be in situations they weren't supposed to be in that would be compromising for them because they're not that type of character. What's unique about the Nintendo thing is that now in the storyline of Smash Bros., a lot of people don't realize this, but you actually are supposed to be playing with toy versions of the characters. So the idea of Smash is that a kid is taking all of his toys and they're fighting each other. And that it's exactly what Disney Infinity is based off of, kind of. I mean, not necessarily the fighting part. They're creating a story with their toys, if fighting is part of it. In Smash, it's fighting. But it's interesting that their toys, they're making them look exactly like the characters. You know, it is supposed to be a toy version of Mario, but it looks like Mario. It looks like Pikachu. So, very cool. Pikachu's a little top heavy, so be careful when you're holding him, like I did. He will fall forward. They got some weight to them. They're not, you know, they're definitely smaller. So, just to give a comparison. They're definitely smaller than Infinity figures. Although, I mean, if you think about it, Pikachu is Pikachu. He is supposed to be small. So in relation to a regular sized person, he's kind of in proportion. So, very cool though. The paint is awesome. I mean, it already is doing its primary function, which is looking awesome and standing there. I mean, for me, collecting these, it's like everything else. It's collecting a toy. But it's awesome. They look awesome. I mean, one of the things that will strike you when you walk in the store is how awesome they look, because they're so detail painted and they're so well done. All right. And then, before I unbox that. So this is Mario. So now we're going to start getting into some folks that have some pretty awesome. I love the Fireball. So cool. So again, simplified package, Mario Super Smash. And have similar back again. A little shot of Mario doing the business. Nothing new on that. Again, really easy to take out of the boxes. Yeah, and I'm guessing that they want you. You're gonna have to take them out of the boxes to play with them. Oh, okay. So a little. Very easy to come out though, and they're nice. They got a nice base to them, so it's really, really easy. Oh my God, this is so exquisite. Oh my God, the detail on this is insane. All right, so, I mean, do I even have to say anything? I mean, it's mid-action Mario. I mean, he's got the Fireball already. It's just so gorgeous. I don't even have words. I don't even have words. It may be hard for you to see. It's probably not, but look at this spray paint. So this is, if you played Smash, like, they started doing this look on Mario where he's got like these worn overalls, like he's been fighting people and they're wearing out. They actually did that. That's insane. This is insane. This is a tiny little figure, and there is so much detail on this. I mean, high quality doesn't even start. I mean, they're so well done. I mean, they really are to the level of the new, like if you look at the new Disney Infinity figures, they're right on there. Like I looked at the new ones and I looked at the passes and I looked at everything, and it's so insane. And the pose is good. I mean, there's texture on these jeans. Like they actually have the denim etched, so it looks like denim and it's got texture to it. The logo, I mean, everything is spot on. Spot on, bro. This is crazy. I can't get over how... And again, it looks awesome. They look awesome. There's like no contest. You know, again, they're smaller than the others, but they're I mean, definitely, you know, Disney Infinity and them have both upped the game for paint jobs, and I think Skylanders are lacking in them. I think the new Trap Team Masters are great, but these are kicking their butt. I mean, when you see them in the store, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, last unboxing, guys. I'm trying to keep these unboxing videos. This is going to be insane. Like, I saw this in the store and flipped. So Link is my last one. We'll get some detail on that, but I mean, for Christ's sake, he's in midair. So one of the things that's unique too is they really don't care, and they've taken a lot of risks. There are some characters that are in mid-flip, mid-air. I mean, they want you to see these characters in the way that they're supposed to be. So again, Amiibo branded, nice simple, you know, clutch Link on top there. Again, same deal. Link being Link, we got that level up to 50. Customized, same box, same stuff. And I'm gonna, hopefully I'll be able to snag, tomorrow I'd like to snag maybe another 3. I'm trying to hit that Toys R Us sale. I'm gonna wake up a tad on the early side, so I'm gonna wake up in like 4 hours. Okay, that was a little harder to get out. Again, each one of them has this metal on the bottom, which again, I'm thinking it's to prevent all of us from doing our thing. Now, one thing I will say again, they have been so easy to take out. So unlike all of the other figures that I've collected, Skylanders and such and all of that, there is no question. These are really easy to take out. Wow, this is crazy. All right, so let's get a good look at them. I mean, this is nuts. This is nuts. I don't even have words. I mean, every detail of that shield, the logo's on. There's all that work. There's embedded. There's detail in the sword. They have all of the detail of the great sword. Even the hilt, it has all the working that it's supposed to have in it. He's got his little satchel or pouches. He's got all of his armor pieces. They've done some work in the armor pieces. I mean, look at his ear. Look at it. They put a little elf ear there. Look at his face. It's so dead on. Now, I will say I don't like this. So, out of everything that's here, I love the pose. I love what he's doing. I love all of it. I hate this. Now, again, they're trying to be dynamic with the pose, and they're trying to be dynamic on what he's doing, but it's just very ugly. And it looks very flimsy because basically, I mean, his foot is on there, so his foot is actually in place. His knee is basically, if you can see it, so you can see his knee's like in the gelatin. I mean, you know, it kind of blends a little bit, but it looks a little haphazard. I think it would have been better if it was just a clear base instead of gold, so that it would have just looked like he was suspended. But I know they were trying. Oh my God! There's even the. They even have the like plumage under this. It's insane. They have the stitching on his hat. I don't know if you saw that. I'm gonna just try to bring it up. Yeah, I know it's not focusing, guys. Sorry. Trying to look at the stitching on his hat. This is insane. There's so much detail. I mean, what's amazing about these figures, and again, I'm just gonna hold up a Disney Infinity figure so you can see it. So much smaller. They're very, very small, and I'm glad they're small because you have to. I mean, if you think about it, you're putting this on a controller. You're putting it on a controller. You don't want it to be a big, gaudy figure. But they're so small, but yet they have so much detail in them. Oh my God! I mean, they even have his like. They have his collared shirt, and then his. Whoop. They have his collared shirt and then his like armor underneath it. It's insane. Oh my God. Beautiful. And again, they look so amazing when you put them up. When you put them up, they look so amazing. Because they're in action, their movement. It's just like the Infinity figures. They look like they're doing something. It's not just this generic, I'm fighting, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. It looks like it has purpose. It looks like it has drama. It looks like it has some sort of goal. Just insane. Oh my God. I'm blown away by the detail on these figures. Well, I hope you guys are as excited about these as I am, and enjoyed this unboxing video. I know it was a little bit longer. Both the unboxing videos for the Amiibo and Smash were long. I apologize for that, but I hope you enjoy it. They're amazing figures. Please in the comments let me know what you guys are thinking about them. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a character you can't wait to get? There are 2 exclusive figures that I know about. One is Shulk at GameStop. It's going to be in February. And then Meta Knight is going to be at Best Buy. And I think that's going to be in February as well. They're both part of Wave 2. I'm really looking forward to these figures. I cannot wait to get the rest of them. They're insane. I mean, the minute you see them, it's just crazy. They're so good, and they look so good to be displayed and to be out. So cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for watching. Please subscribe through Twitch and on YouTube through Vamp Mario, also known as the Modern Geek. You can see us on Facebook. You can see us on Twitter as well. Facebook and Twitter, just do Modern Geek, and you'll find us. We have great content on there, and I'm going to hopefully have some gameplay video, maybe for a little bit right now, but definitely more tomorrow once I get some sleep and I successfully navigate work. All right, guys. Take care. And see you soon. And don't forget, Smash in the world of Smash, the one that smashes first wins.